So ask you, what grade, you would just simply say, I'm a graduating senior. My name is, that kind of thing, right? So
Okay.
super simple questions.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna ask you really hard questions, and I'm gonna pull out a physics book, and I'm gonna quiz you right now. I'm joking. I'm totally joking. I wouldn't remember physics from my senior year, okay? I did not go into engineering, I went into nursing.
Oh, nice.
I didn't need physics.
Yeah.
Some people love physics, so that's good. You nailed it all in one semester, too.
Should we make her leave?
You're fine if you're here, as long
we're
as
ready
he's
when
good.
you
Yeah, it's fine.
You want us to stay? It's up to you. Whatever.
Yeah,
you want.
it's okay.
He's just not gonna look at you.
Okay. We'll
So just so you're aware, these
we'll
are
just be
cameras,
silent.
okay? So they're gonna be kind of, you don't have to look at them, you can look at them, it's completely up to you, just be comfortable, okay? So I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions, and we'll switch over and ask you a couple of questions. Our goal here is to get a little bit of information about what you liked about CJA. That's really it, like what was a good thing. So some of these questions will not even be used, it's just more to get you comfortable asking and answering questions, okay? All right, and because I won't actually be on the video, there's a reason I'm sitting over here, they won't hear my voice asking you the question. So you may have to say, if I say, what's your name, don't say Mario's. And you can only use your first name, that's totally fine, but you would wanna say, my name is, right? Okay, all right. You know, good?
Yeah.
All right, so, can you tell me what your name is?
My name is Mario Sarvani Tivis.
Awesome. So tell me what you did this last year. What kind of classes did you take?
The classes I took this year were physics, speech. I took geometry and biology and then I took English. I took AP Gov and
So you had a very full plate.
yeah.
Yeah. What kind of challenges, if I had another senior sitting in this room about to be a senior and had a schedule like you had, what kind of advice would you give him?
The advice I'd give to a senior or a starting senior would be to make sure you know what you want to do and to plan out what your goals are, so you're not just confused the whole time you're a senior and you're on the right path and you're studying what you want to study.
So make a plan
Yeah.
and stick to it, right? Yeah. Okay, all right. So can you tell us your name?
My name is Evangelia Arbani Tivis.
And tell me, what grade did you just complete?
I
Or about to complete?
I completed 10th grade.
Excellent. All right. What was your favorite thing about 10th grade?
I think it was the pace of the school. I didn't feel pressured to finish quickly. I could just do it on my own time. And if I needed a break, we had that 14-day late penalty thing, which helped me a lot. So
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me, Marios, about one of your teachers, because I know you get to meet with them pretty regularly. Can you tell me anything about them? What you liked about the teachers?
For biology, there's my teacher. Her name is Mrs. Bernhardt. Every time we'd call, she was very polite. She was smooth and understandable with her questions. I always knew if I had to study something after, because she would tell me, and she would just inform me about everything that I needed to do or that I was missing, and just try to help me get through it.
That's excellent to have someone that kind of mentors you and helps
Yeah.
give you encouragement. Yeah, excellent. All right, so tell me, you took apologetics, right? So tell me a little bit about the apologetics course.
About the apologetics course, I liked the teacher. I didn't do any calls with him, but I liked that he gave me a summary instead of each module that I was doing. I had to write a 1-paragraph summary about the module, and I think the actual course was very helpful, and it really, I guess, opened my eyes to some of the possibilities and the ways you can defend your faith. And I like that he gave an opposing view of what others think and how to combat that as well.
Very cool. So is there one argument, if I was to meet you on the street and you wanted to share your faith to me, do you feel stronger that you have a better understanding of how you can share your faith?
Yeah.
Explain that to me a little bit.
The course has made me a bit more confident, like, about sharing my faith. Like, if I was just to go out and talk about it with someone on the street, I think I'd be more equipped now that I have taken that course, because it backs up what you already kind of know, but it also gives you the reasons for why you believe what you do, and like in a logical sort of way that is important when you're talking to someone who doesn't know anything about it.
Excellent, absolutely. I think that's really smart. I think a lot of times young people are challenged in how do I share my faith with someone who I don't know, but even sometimes how do I share my faith with someone I do know? And so how can we live that life? So you took a Bible class, and I can't remember which one you took. Did you take apologetics? I thought so too. So what did you learn in apologetics?
I learned basically what he said, because that's the whole point of apologetics, is to learn how to defend your faith. But also, I don't know if he wrote the course, but he wrote it in a way where it wasn't like demeaning others and what their faith were and what they believed, but it gave us like an overview of what other people believe and why they believe it. I liked the assignments. One video that I liked a lot, I don't remember the name, but it was between, I think, an atheist and then a Liberty University professor, and I loved that. It was amazing. It gave a lot of factual evidence of Christ's resurrection and his tomb and Christ crucified. So it was just, it was fun to watch. I liked how they debated. It wasn't like argumentative, but it was like, yeah, like, I agree with you, but I don't think that's what it is, and then here's the evidence, and then it was the other way around.
Being able to share your faith with facts is really good sometimes, right? And we can read scripture, but when someone doesn't believe the scripture, being able to point them to other resources and other references that prove that Christ was God, right? And I think sometimes that apologetics helps us kind of gather those thoughts, right? Okay. So I'm going down my list because none of these have been on my list. So you mentioned flexibility and being able to, submit something a little late and it was okay. And I know you guys moved here in the middle of basically as you were getting started. So tell me a little bit about how that flexibility helped maintain some reasonableness of doing pretty heavy schoolwork. I mean, I'm not going to, you guys bit off a lot, and we talked about that. You bit off a lot to do, but then you also have life requirements. And both of you completed a large amount of Christian service hours too. So how did being in an online academy like ours allow you to be flexible, to be more active maybe in your church, or to offer you a little bit of freedom and less stress?
I'll go. I really liked how flexible the school was, because when you're online, you can focus on other things, but you can also still learn. I liked that with the classes, there's a set date, but it's not so strict as to if you don't submit it by that specific date, you'll get a 0. And I like that because you had time to do other things like volunteering at your church, and it gave you the sense of freedom and the capacity to do other things rather than just like school all day, and that's what I liked about it.
Excellent, good point.
I like the flexibility because it also gave us time to settle down when we moved. And it wasn't stressful because, you know, with real school, like he said, there's like a set date.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't get to that set date, then you got a 0.
Mm-hmm.
I like how the school really put that policy where, I mean, after the 14 days, I mean, that's a lot of days. I mean, I'm grateful for that, for sure. But also, it really gave me, like, it didn't give me any stress or anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like a bit more at peace knowing that if I moved or if I missed a day, then I wouldn't be behind as I would be if I was in normal school. But now, you know, that we're settled in Georgia and all that, it really, there's still flexibility, but it's like, it's still good.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's nice. I understand, you know, moving in the middle of a school year, having a sick day, you know, all those different things impact your moments of learning, right? So is there anything, if there was a student talking to you today that said, what piece of advice would you give me right now? You kind of answered that one already, so.
For the school or?
Like what kind of
in
advice
general?
doing online school,
Oh.
what advice would you offer them?
I would say just, don't take advantage of, I guess, the teachers you have.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, they're there to help you even though you're not face to face. They answer really quickly, which I like, because some people just, you know, just leave the messages, but they answer within a time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just try to focus on one assignment and don't just go to another one, because then you just get mixed up. I've done that before, and I've submitted like wrong things into wrong places. So just
Staying
like,
on target.
Yeah, staying on target.
It's important. Okay. Anything else you'd like to share
About the school.
about anything? Why do you think Mom and Dad chose Covenant Journey this year for you guys? You
I
can't look at them for the answer. They're over there.
I think because we read into it and it was between the school and Liberty,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they felt a bit more at peace with you guys, knowing that you guys are a Christian-based school, and, you know, as Christians, it's kind of a bit hard to find some schools like that. Can I shout out a teacher?
Sure.
Okay. I think my English teacher, she's great. Miss Brusma, Miss Ashley Brusma. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly,
You're
but
right.
she's been great. She's been such a good teacher. We just had a DBA call, I think, Wednesday, and she was so sweet. She every time she asked about my life, and she asked, how's it going with the move, and she just seemed very genuine, and I guess not a lot of teachers are like that, which I like, because then it just shows like how God works through them and through teachers, and they can build you up. Yeah.
Okay. Anything you want to share? I'm done. So close. So close.
I don't know.
All right.
And then the final and most important question that I insist on is, what's one thing that you love about the family member in the other chair? One thing you love about it.
So what do you love most about your sister?
I like her confidence. I like that she's fun and she is energetic. I like how caring she is, and when she really wants to be, she's very nice and yeah, and caring. And she's a really good sister.
That's awesome.
Well said.
I think you're gonna cry. Don't cry. That's so sweet. We won't put that on camera. We won't do that. Absolutely not. It's nice to have family that you love, isn't it? It really is. especially a big brother who cares so much. I have a little brother, he's just goofy. He's 6'3", so yeah, he's not that little, but he's just a big goofy guy. All right, what do you love most about your brother? Wipe your tears real quick so we can get on camera.
I think he's just,
It's okay. You need a hug?
no.
I'm all for giving hugs. I'm a hugger.
It's just he's like grown up
Mm-hmm.
and like he's just sweet and like we do have rough times. I'm not saying like everything's perfect, but he's just very caring and he cares about people and he's a good brother, you know. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but
I bet he makes you laugh sometimes. Yeah.
he's funny, he's generous, he's a whole bundle. He's happy and he's joyful, so
That's awesome. That's really, we didn't mean to make you cry.
it's okay.
You can make me
I'm
tear up, so you
emotional,
have to
so-
stop. You have to stop. Because I'm gonna tear up, and then okay. So, is there anything you want to say to your mom and dad? Just pretend they're not there.
I'd like to thank them for really taking the time to, weigh their options with the different schools and picking the best one. And I'm grateful that they took the time and the effort to invest in our futures and in us, so to ensure that we have a bright future.
That's awesome. Yeah. You can say something. You don't have to. You can just walk over and
What
give
he
him a
said.
hug. That works. All right. Anything else?
I think we got it. That's
All
wonderful.
right.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to ask them while they're on the hot seat? We can come up with some really fun questions.
I would say, I mean, a reason that I chose, you know, we have the final decision obviously, but between Liberty and CJ, I mean, they're both Christian schools, but, you know, I felt like.
Could we get you in the chair for a second?
Oh.
You opened your mouth and he's the video guy.
Oh, I'll swap out the
All right,
ladies.
Dad.
Only
No.
because it would. I
Thank
think
you
it would
so much.
benefit
That was
you
wonderful.
guys.
Alrighty. And if you could go ahead and step in this room for just one minute, and we'll slide this up underneath your shirt. So try to make the cord invisible there.
Okay,
And this can go into a pocket.
okay.
So if you want to slide it up
Pocket?
under-
I think it's sweet.
Oh,
If
no,
my
so
brother
this
had
goes in
said
the
those
pocket,
things about me,
and
I
you
would
can
have
slide that
laughed and then I
underneath
would
your
have
shirt.
cried. You're good. See, we didn't
Can I
have big,
re-say
big
my
brother.
name?
Flip this somewhere.
Can I
It's a top
re-say
secret.
my
Like this
name?
thing?
You can,
Put it away.
absolutely. Yeah, I can hear you.
Get a voice crack.
It
Yeah.
was
Like
like,
this.
oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
Minor tweak right there.
I mean, we put you on the spot and then you
How's your day
finally
going
get
so far?
comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's like, I really need to go back and
Exciting?
say my
You
name.
could
Yeah.
bury the cable.
I feel like I need to do the whole
Okay.
thing again.
No, you
Is
do.
that excited?
Okay.
Feel free to make yourself.
Okay.
Thank you.
They can't do anything without me. I mean,
Tissue.
they can't do anything without all these people over here, so. We told them we were gonna run a little late, so that's all.
Okay, good.
Are you gonna cry too?
I did a little bit. I teared up.
Okay. You have a precious family.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so
So-
much.
Mr. Reichel,
We are ready.
Marios would like to say his name and introduce himself again.
That'd be great.
All
Get
right.
it ready when you are.
Tell me your name and what grade you're in, or what grade you just are about to complete.
My name is Marios Arvanitidis, and I'm in 12th grade, about to graduate.
Excellent. That turn out good?
Perfect.
All right. Mom, what would you like to share with us?
I just wanted to just to give my major reason for choosing CJA over Liberty, which I mean they're both they're both online schools. They're both Christian schools. You know, Liberty probably has been around longer than you guys, but and is larger. But you know, I think CJ fits Mario's personality a little bit more, and it's important, I think, as parents to know your kid's personality. And we asked him, you know, Mario, do you want a larger ceremony for graduation when you know, graduate, or do you want a smaller graduation ceremony? And he wanted a more intimate, smaller ceremony. And then for me, what was important as a parent is, you know, if I call the helpline or the number, that I get a live person. You know, I choose my pediatricians that way. And then also the school is important, just to have that more, you know, it's online, but as a parent you kind of want a little bit more of a personal touch. So, you know, when I called Liberty, it was, you know, we're happy that you called, but, you know, we'll get back to you within 24 hours or maybe 48 hours. And I just thought to myself, you know, if I have an issue or we have a question, it'd be nice to have a more personal touch, you know, that if I have a question or Mario has a question, that we'd be able to get a live person. And you've been amazing, really. I mean, you get back to me so, you know, so on time and immediately almost, it seems like. So for me, that was like really important. It just made the online experience much more personal. And that was really important for me. And just for the record, we moved twice in this past year, so that it was even more of a transition for them. You know, the first time was from California, where they were born and raised and they grew up in, and that was kind of a difficult transition, I think, to Florida. And then just recently, end of March, we moved to Georgia. So yeah, it was, and you guys stuck with us, and I thank you so much for your grace and your patience with us. And yeah, it's been an amazing experience. I think the quality of the education was there, and it was amazing. And I feel like they've learned a lot. And just administrative-wise, you guys have stuck with us as we've had a difficult year in that we've had a lot of transition. And so I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for letting us put that on camera.
Sure.
Appreciate it. All right, so you're going to go dressed like that. You can take it off for the car, right? Because it's getting, I bet you're getting
And
really
we
hot.
absolutely have to do the what's one thing you love about the person sitting next to you.
Oh, my goodness.
But we're going to ask you first, in
Okay.
case you get tearful.
Oh,
What's
goodness.
the one thing you absolutely love most about Mario's?
Oh my gosh, I almost certainly will become tearful, but I'll try not to. Mario he is just a light, and he's such a joy, and he brings so much joy to our family. And just with his mere smile, I tell him, you know what, you don't even have to say anything. If you just smile, it just lights up our day, it lights up our life, and we're so grateful for him. Yeah, and that, I would say that's the most important thing. And yeah, I love how he's so focused. He knows definitely what he wants to do, and so he's working towards that. And we're very proud of him. And he's just very loving and very loyal.
What do you love most about your mom?
Uh,
She's my mom.
if there was one thing that I'd have to say, it's that she always is there for me. She's always ready to help anytime, all the time. And I like how dedicated she is and how motivated she is to just help her kids, and that's what's most important. And I really love that about my mom.
Dad's over there. What do you love most about your dad?
I like that he. Oh, should I do?
You're good. You just keep going.
The thing I love most about my dad is that he's a hard worker. I try to be that. I may slack off a little bit, like during school, but I do try to be a hard worker like my dad. and that's what I love most about him.
Shan, can you ask him what his future educational pursuits going to be?
Future.
Future education goals.
In the future, I want to go to college. I'm going to Georgia State for 2 years, and then I'm going to try to transfer over to Georgia Tech and become a mechanical engineer.
Excellent.
Mhm.
And we didn't ask about brother, so we got to ask about Pablo.
The thing I love most about Pablo, my brother, is his drive in general and his funny personality and he's confident, but also he's not confident, like he's not proud, but he has something to be confident about, and that's what I like.
Excellent. Very good. You guys have a precious family. Y'all did good, Mom and Dad. I'm impressed.
Thank you. That's God.
All right. I think that's it. Are we good? Any other questions?
Yay. Thank you. Thank you for sticking with us